Hello, Umut here. Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to work on a different journal. This is a pocket size journal from Arteza. It has thick pages, but it's really small, so you can again do mini journals and get results in a shorter time than normal. I'm going to work on this, making really simple pages, maybe using more paint colors than other supplies, so it will be easy for everyone to see and work and replicate for themselves or get inspired. I'm going to use my infusions today. These are pigment powders. They all have walnut stain color in them. So whatever color they are, they give a vintagey kind of look, a little bit muted. Not so vibrant. If you want really vibrant ones, Brushows are another brand that you can find, or Lindy's always have powders. Other brands I know are Arteza, also have mica powders that also has a bit of shimmer to them. I want a subtle page, not so much vibrancy and color everywhere. So I'm using my powder with a watercolor brush. I'm sprinkling a little bit on the page, then activating it with water and see how it looks. I'm using, I don't remember the colors I'm using, but I have the full set. If you want a more vibrant look, you can also use your pigment powders with matte medium, activating them directly on the page so that you can get a lot more vibrant color. If you dilute them with water, of course, it will be a little bit less pigmented. I'm just going over the edges. I'm concentrating on the left edge of my page and trying to create some sort of contrast with the rest, going lighter there, kind of a degrading style. I'm really hoping you don't hear the washing machine at the same time I'm washing some laundry. It makes some noise, but I'm hoping it doesn't come to the microphone. Now I'm switching to another color. This is something that was in my stash. I don't know where I bought it, probably in a store. It has this shimmery purple tone that is a bit transparent, so it looks really nice on the page. Maybe camera isn't catching it exactly, but it has a super nice shimmer that I love, and I use it from time to time on my pages. Arteza pigment powders have this kind of quality too, a bit more transparent. There is mica in them, so all of them has some shimmer. If you want to see them in action, I have a very long mini journal video that I did some time ago. I'm going to link it down below so you see how they work in a lot of detail, and you will see a lot of colors as well. So I'm just activating this powder, going over my page, just blending it in. Sometimes I spray some water on my craft mat glass, and I just push my notebook on it as well. It's a random way to get some nice background. I'm using this stencil now, and I'm using a purplish lavender color from Paper Artsy. It's acrylic paint, and I'm going to dab my sponge on it to get some texture at the background. Again, you can also use texture paste and mix it with the acrylic paint to get color and some 3D texture. This time I don't want that. I want to have a really simple flat page. I'm using this stencil from Dylusions, very old one, with a brown color acrylic paint as well. doing the same thing, just dabbing and dabbing over my notebook to have some sort of interest at the back. I think I'm not going to have a big focal point on this page. I just want to go with a very simple, elegant, page that I created in a very short time. Creating some visual interest on one side of the page really looks nice, pleasing to the eye. That's one of the techniques we do when we are art journaling. And I'm doing some splashes with this brown acrylic paint to balance things out a little bit and making the page more cohesive. Then I'm going to dry everything. It's time to put a little bit more interest and my sentiment. I found these transparent butterflies in my stash. They are from Tim Holtz, and my friend sent these to me. I didn't get them myself. We were doing some stash sharing, and I love these, so thanks to my friend for sending. I'm going to just place it in one corner, and I will place the sentiment on the butterfly. I'll just glue it with my liquid glue, and then I'm going to go around the sentiment with this brown sepia ink and place it on the butterfly. I'll just go around the edges as well to make a subtle border with this brown ink. And I'm going to play a little bit with this part with my white gel pen to just doodle a little bit so that I have a little bit of lightness coming from the white. The gel pen I am using is from Arteza. It's I think it's the best gel pen out there, but I'm not sure if it's available. With this, I'm done with this page. I'm really happy. In a short time, I created a nice and sweet page. Here you can see the close-up pictures. And here you can see the shine coming from this mica powder that I used. That really looks nice on this page. So now we are going to create the second page. I'm using a couple of dilution sprays. This is a gray one, and I'm going to use a technique that I love that creates very random backgrounds that looks super nice. I'm just spraying it on the craft mat and spray some water and then tap my notebook on it. I just lift it from time to time, see how it looks, and then push it again on the color. Now I'm going to use another color, blue. I think this is Salty Ocean. Again, I'm just spraying some water. Again, I'm pushing my notebook on the paint, on the spray, so that I get an organic background. I'm doing some splashes here and there. I really love how it looks. Now I'm using this stencil from Visible Image and some heavy body acrylic paint from Arteza. I'm going to go over the stencil with my hand just to again create some interest. Probably this will be my focal point. Again, I'm not going to fiddle with the pages a lot. This is a mini journal and I just want to play a little bit, have some fun, satisfy myself in a short time to create a page. Again, doing some splashes. I'll go easy with the sentiment as well. Just one word that I glued over a piece of cloth on the side saying wish. And I painted the cloth also with a blue spray, and I doodled a little bit around the painted areas with black pen, and I am done with the page. Now we are going to create another third page to give you a little bit more inspiration on what you can do with your backgrounds. I'm using 3 colors of infusions, a yellow, an orange, and a red one, I think. And you will see that you can, as I told you, you can spread your, you can activate your mica powders or pigment powders with matte medium. As you see, I'm using my matte medium to activate them with my brush, and they come out so much more vibrant. So this is a technique you can do, and at the same time they move with water. If you use matte medium with your powders, they will be sealed immediately, automatically, because you're using glue with them, and they won't move again. They will be permanent on your page. That's another tip that you can use or remember when you want to create your backgrounds according to what you want to do and how you want to use your supplies. There's no right or wrong here. I love to use these powders both ways, sometimes with water, sometimes with matte medium, so that they give different results. After this, I'm going to use my stencil again to continue playing with my background. I'm going to use a Prima stencil that I find really useful, Harlequins here, and I'm going to use a few of them and draw with my white gel pen here which ones I want to keep, because I'm going to use a reverse method to keep these squares, the harlequins, colorful, and I'm going to paint the rest of the page actually. Some of them I'm just layering one on top of each other to create more interesting visual interest, and I think after this I'm done with it. I'm going to take my white acrylic paint or gesso, I think this is gesso, to cover the rest of the page remaining from the parts that I drew with the stencil. This way I'm going to have these things with color that I painted before. I love using this technique too. It creates really interesting backgrounds. Here is how it looks after I painted it all. And now I'm going to do some shadows to have a 3D looking style with these harlequins. The pencil I'm using is called Stabilo All. There are different colors of it. I only have the white and the black. It's very useful because you can activate it with water. It's ink, and when you apply water on it, it works like a watercolor pencil. Watercolor pencils will work for this objective too. And this is how it looks. As you see, it looks like more 3D dimensional, which I love. And I'm going to doodle over them with my white gel pen too, to make them more interesting. As you see, I'm not using any focal point. I'm just using paint, give some color, create some interest on my page, and having a fun time playing with these in a different way. I hope it was inspirational for you. I like changing styles and sizes between notebooks while art journaling. It keeps things more interesting, not making it routine and boring using the same notebook, same size, same styles. I hope it's useful for you too. Again, I have a little sentiment. I took a black tape, and I'm going to stick this little sentiment on that black tape to make it more prominent. I didn't like the square or look, the neat look of the tape, so I'm going to tear it a little bit to make it more look like ripped, and I'm going to do some black splashes on my page to give some energy and bring everything together. And with this, I think this page is done too. As you see, I have very simple 3 pages. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. I might go back to this notebook from time to time to create really simple pages if you want to see them. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time.